Across Nigeria and many parts of Africa, there's a story we often tell about women and work. We say women are hardworking, we say women are industrious, we say women are the backbone of families and communities. And in many ways, that is true. Women run businesses, women manage households, women support extended families. Women keep entire communities functioning. But when we look at participation in the formal economy, a different picture begins to emerge. According to labor statistics, women participate in the labor force at significantly lower rates than men. Globally, the labor force participation rate for women is about 47% compared to around 72% for men. In Nigeria and across parts of Africa, the gap remains significant. This does not mean women are less capable, and it certainly does not mean women are less willing to work. The question we should be asking is much simpler. If women are capable, skilled, and willing to contribute economically, why are so many still unable to participate fully in the economy? The answer often lies not in women's ambition, but in the structure of work itself. Most professional systems are designed around a model that assumes uninterrupted availability. Work happens in fixed locations, at fixed hours, within rigid structures that leave very little room for the complex realities of people's lives. For many women, especially mothers and caregivers, these structures can and have quietly become barriers. Not because women lack skill or because they lack motivation, but because participation requires conditions that are not always compatible with their lived reality. And so something unfortunate happens. Women who are capable of contributing meaningfully to the economy are gradually pushed to the margins of it, not by lack of ability, but by the rigidity of the systems themselves. This is where the digital economy begins to change the conversation. Technology has made it possible for work to exist beyond physical offices, as professional services can be delivered remotely and skills can travel across borders through digital platforms. And roles like virtual assistants have emerged as a powerful example of this shift. For many women, especially those balancing multiple responsibilities, digital work has opened doors that traditional employment structures has kept closed. It allows participation in the economy without requiring someone to abandon the reality of their lives. But even here, we encounter another challenge. Digital work is still frequently misunderstood and perceived incorrectly. It is often described as a side activity, something temporal, something small, something people do while they wait for real work. And that perception has some very real consequences. When legitimate economic activity is dismissed or overlooked, the pathways it creates are also undervalued, which brings us to an important question. If economic opportunities are said to exist, but large numbers of women still cannot realistically access them, then can we truly say these opportunities are empowering? Economic empowerment cannot exist only in theory. It must exist in participation. This conversation is especially important today. Today is International Women's Day, a day that invites the world to reflect on the progress we have made and the work that still remains. This year's theme reminds us that progress must translate into justice and real opportunity for women and girls everywhere. Not symbolic inclusion or rhetorical support, but systems that genuinely allow women to participate fully in the economic life of their societies. The Work for Work campaign begins with a simple observation. Women are willing to and are capable of work, but the structure of work must evolve if participation is to become truly accessible. Digital work is one pathway towards that future, but recognizing its legitimacy is the first step. Because when we acknowledge new forms of work as real work, we expand the possibilities for who can participate in the economy. And when more women are able to participate, families become stronger, communities become more resilient, economies become more inclusive. The goal is not to change women. The goal is to change the systems that determines who gets to work and under what conditions. That is where the work for work conversation begins. And over the coming weeks, we will explore what it takes to build an economy where opportunity is not simply declared, but genuinely accessible. Rights, justice, action for all women and girls. Happy International Women's